Declassified CIA files reveal a then Vice President Biden silenced intelligence about his own family. Hunter Biden's Ukrainian ties, buried by Joe Biden in 2015, are now exposed. Was this a rare lapse, or a deliberate cover-up? And as Washington wrestles with the fallout, the world is asking, how far will power protect itself? What happens when a vice president asks the CIA to bury intelligence about his own family? That question is now ricocheting through Washington after newly declassified documents revealed that Joe Biden, back in 2015, requested the agency suppress a report on Ukrainian officials' concerns about his family's corrupt business dealings in Kyiv. The revelation comes from CIA Director John Ratcliffe, who released the records on October 7th, calling the situation both unusual and inappropriate. At the heart of this is an email sent by a presidential daily briefer. CIA officials discovered and declassified an email dated February 10, 2016, with the subject line stating,
OVP query regarding draft redacted.
The email sent to the CIA was originally classified as secret, though the classification was crossed out. It was signed by a redacted individual holding the title PDB Briefer. The message read,
I just spoke with VP NSA, and he would strongly prefer the report not be disseminated. Thanks for understanding.
The timing matters. In December 2015, Biden had traveled to Kyiv, publicly lecturing Ukrainian leaders about tackling corruption. The declassified report shows Ukrainian leaders were disturbed by what they viewed as double standards, especially given the scrutiny surrounding Hunter Biden's seat on the board of Burisma, a Ukrainian energy company under investigation at the time. Hunter was pulling in $80,000 a month, despite having zero experience in the energy sector.
After the visit, these officials assessed that the U.S. vice president had come to Kyiv almost exclusively to give a generic public speech, and had not had any intention of discussing substantive matters with Poroshenko or other officials within the Ukrainian government.
Meanwhile, his father was leading the Obama administration's Ukraine policy, pressuring then-President Petro Poroshenko to fire Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, who was investigating Burisma. Biden even threatened to withhold $1 billion in U.S. aid if Shokin stayed. The intelligence document stated that
Officials within the administration of Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko expressed bewilderment and disappointment at the 7-8 December 2015 visit of the Vice President of the United States to Kyiv, Ukraine.
The CIA has confirmed that Biden's request was honored, and the report was never distributed. Officials described such a request from the White House as rare and inappropriate.
The case shows how intelligence can be shaped or silenced for political reasons. And now, that decision from a decade ago is once again raising tough questions about the balance between politics, power, and accountability.
U.S. Republican lawmaker James Comer also accused aides of former President Joe Biden of suppressing damaging intelligence in 2016 about his actions in Ukraine and his son Hunter's business ties, citing these documents released by the CIA. Speaking in an interview with right-wing outlet Newsmax, Representative James Comer said,
This was a huge cover-up. The cover-up may be worse than the crime.
For years, the Republicans have pushed various theories concerning Democrat Biden and his son, with a number of congressional investigations. To date, however, the former president has not faced any charges, while Hunter Biden was convicted last year over a 2018 gun purchase by lying that he was not addicted to drugs. The Biden family's business dealings were the basis of the House GOP's impeachment inquiry into President Biden in 2023 and 2024. At the same time, Hunter Biden was prosecuted on federal gun and tax charges in Delaware and California. The impeachment inquiry revealed that the Biden family received $27 million from foreign sources during and after Joe Biden's vice presidency. The money primarily came from entities and individuals in Ukraine, Romania, and China. When he testified in 2024, Hunter Biden confirmed that his father spoke with his business partners on speakerphone and met them at multiple dinners during his vice presidency. Meanwhile, Trump was impeached twice during his first term in 2020 and 2021 on charges of soliciting foreign interference in his 2020 re-election bid, and then on charges of inciting an insurrection. In the January 6, 2021 attack on the US Capitol, he was acquitted both times. But as Joe Biden gets surrounded by a sea of accusations, they are not just coming from the United States. There are murmurs in Russia too. A top Kremlin advisor has accused former US President Joe Biden of deliberately provoking the Ukraine conflict to cover up his family's alleged corrupt business ties. The claim comes from Kirill Dmitriev, a senior investment aide to the Russian government, who made the statement on X on Tuesday. Biden provoked the war in Ukraine to cover up his family's corruption. The truth is coming out, and justice must follow. His comments followed the release of newly declassified CIA documents. Reacting to the revelation, Dmitriev said,
"The truth is coming out, and justice must follow."
The controversy had earlier resurfaced in 2020 after the discovery of a laptop allegedly belonging to Hunter Biden, which contained emails suggesting that a portion of profits from foreign deals was set aside for the big guy, a nickname widely believed to refer to Joe Biden. The newly declassified CIA records have added another layer to the ongoing debate about Biden's role in Ukraine policy during the Obama administration. Moscow, meanwhile, has continued to portray the Ukraine conflict as a NATO-led proxy war aimed at weakening Russia. Since the escalation of fighting in 2022, relations between Washington and Moscow have hit their lowest point since the Cold War. During his presidency, Biden oversaw a complete freeze in diplomatic contact between the two powers, but under President Donald Trump's second term, that policy has shifted. The Trump administration has opened several rounds of talks with the Kremlin, culminating in a high-profile summit with President Vladimir Putin in Alaska earlier this year. As the political fallout continues, the newly released intelligence documents are likely to intensify debate in both Washington and Moscow, reviving old questions about corruption, accountability, and how far world leaders will go to protect their own interests.